Hello and welcome to the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
It's going to happen right here as we get off into turn one.
Here we go.
Well, the thing I noticed immediately right there as we went to those in cars is they sped the pace up. You could hear those cars starting to speed the pace up, but immediately we're 4 wide, Mike.
4 wide, middle of the field on back as everybody scrambles, and every restart today is going to look just like this. Fan out across the track and get everything you can get right away.
I think they were up against each other right there at me.
Looked like Austin Dillon there got
Austin
stuck in the middle of the pack like that. And there's nothing worse as a driver. You get stuck in the middle. You can't go high, can't go low. Something has stalled your momentum, but he definitely lost a lot of spots right there.
Well, it's like this track is a giant funnel. You enter 4 wide in turn 1. By the time you get to start finish, you're 1 or 2 wide. Then it goes back to 3 and 4 when you get into the middle of the corner.
Bell to second place around Busher.
Yesterday in practice, we had a lot of trouble with those left rear tires. We even saw a right rear tire blow out. The lower we get that air pressure, the faster these cars run. But when you do that damage, especially if you're one of those front cars, it's the pace, the high pace that does the damage. So this is when they got to take care of those tires and manage everything that they can so they can run that pressure low, because it will matter as this run goes on.
Toyota's, now that Denny Hamlin has gone by him, Reddick in 16th right now.
Byron just hit the ball. I think he might have a right rear flat, Kevin.
Well, that's what we talked about.
Around it goes. With right side damage.
There you go.
Still green.
Yep.
No debris, no caution.
Well, that's.
You see how slow he's going all of a sudden? I think he's feeling it out. There it went.
Yeah.
So we stay green. Here's Byron's radio just before he got into the wall.
Yeah, the long run is just swinging the back a little too much for me. I think I'm going to be back tight on a restart, so I think they're kind of separate issues. This adjustment, I think, just didn't really help too much.
Well, he's mired in traffic right here, but because he's so dominant, I mean, he was what? Almost 4 seconds in the lead. He's just riding behind him.
Well, big trouble right in front of him, because all 3 of those drivers want to stay on the, or not lose another lap, or stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, where are you going to go? They're 3 wide in front of him.
Yeah, Dillon, Hocevar, Chastain, right at the tail end of the lead lap. Nobody wants to have to take the free pass.
Yeah, you saw Dillon that stayed out, and he might make it on fuel, but it cost him. He's all the way back to 34th place, a lap down.
Yeah, and he's actually running 35-second laps, and the leaders are in the 33-second bracket, so it's been ugly.
So Kyle Larson does not force the issue against those 3 drivers who all happen to be in Chevrolets trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap. And Larson gets his 7th stage win of the season. That's more than twice as many as any other driver.
Yeah, and I think he got uncomfortable with the distance that he had behind him. So
time to go.
10,000 career laps led. That's a lot of laps,
That's
Mike.
a lot. Only 3 active drivers with that many career laps led. Kyle Busch would be one of those. Denny Hamlin the other.
Kevin, I asked you on the break, when you have a dominant race car like this, it makes it easier for the competition to stack the deck against you. I told you Chase Elliott's getting closer to him.
Yeah, that right rear tire is not happy, it doesn't look like, on Kyle Larson's car as we come to the final lap of this stage. But you saw it slide around, and Chase Elliott has closed in to the back bumper of that 5 car. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes right around him.
Well, no, here's Gregson trying to get back. He wants to fight his way back on the lead lap. The car just ahead of the race leader is Chastain. And Larson drops to the bottom. Elliott's coming. So is Gregson, rim riding around the outside. Chastain's going to stay on the lead lap. And Larson's going to hold off Elliott to win stage 2, but it was close. Chase Elliott's lead.
Look at that. He sure is.
Yeah, that last lap was big time gain.
There's another 10th.
Brad's in the wall.
Caution's out. Start creeping low here. Come on down. Blue tire.
4th caution of the day, a blown tire for Brad Keselowski.
And they heard him on the radio talk about blowing a tire. And you can see right there the right rear's down. And we talked about it, Clint.
Why is this car fast?
As this day went on, who was going to be brave on that rear air pressure? And obviously, they got it down lower. That speed picked up, got towards the front. Then the pace picks up for them, and boom.
All right, so trouble for Chase Elliott. He had a 14.7-second pit stop. While changing the right rear, it appears that the jack dropped too soon, and the jackman had to come back. Watch the right rear and the jackman. And they had to raise the car again to make sure that that right rear was centered and on tight. 14.7.
Back to 12th place.
And Denny Hamlin's car pushed back to the garage. Sounded like he was revving that thing awfully high, trying to get it going.
Yeah, and I think that it was going to be a tough task to ask for this car to survive with the way that they were having to put it into gear. So. That was pretty wild right there. You saw that 22 car go down to block the 19, and nobody was there.
Trouble, turn 2. Cars in the wall.
Here we go. I was just about to say, this feels a lot like last week, guys.
You see the 10 car get loose on the bottom of the racetrack, go up the hill, hit the 51, and 99 just an innocent bystander there.
Trying to take evasive action and nowhere to go.
You can see when those cars got sideways, those leaders were door to door.
Kyle Larson is the race leader. And everybody fans out 5 wide.
Yeah, and the other thing that happened right there, Kyle Larson waited a little bit in the restart zone, and the 20 got into the back of him. And like Clint said, the 22 didn't get going very well, but they're back at it. 8 car.
Oh, no.
Kyle Busch with a big slide.
No yellow yet. No yellow.
Nope, we stay green.
Yellow.
Not anymore.
Get rolling here if you can.
Kyle was 13th. That will be the 6th caution flag.
Obviously down here on the bottom, Kyle Busch, the 3 on the outside. I think they get into the wall, into one another. Watch this. Bounce, 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 hit him. Innocent bystander. So frustrated.
Yeah, and that's very easy to do in this Gen 7 car. When another car hits that right front tire, it immediately just takes that car out from underneath you. It's going to be broke up now. Chase Briscoe on the inside of Alex Bowman, as you see the 20 car fan out 3 wide to get on the outside of Joey Logano.
Joey Logano holding straight. Here comes Bell on the outside.
Crash off turn 2. 2 cars got squeezed up and into the wall. And here we go again.
Justin Haley. Looks like, I think Eric Jones is the other one.
Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. We're still wrecking down here in turn 3.
Well, okay, let's show you what happened first. Wow.
Look at this. What happens is you're looking at 5 wide, looking at that. Nemechek on the bottom. Heim kind of moves up the racetrack into Haley. Gets loose there, gets in his left rear. Haley up into Eric Jones. And they're stacking up behind him. Haley clipped the right rear of Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace finishes his wreck down here in turn 3.
Yeah, we're really lucky there's not more cars involved.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah. There's so many lanes on this. Every lane is usable.
Now, that's both RCR cars within 2 wrecks of one another. That's heavy contact with those 2. It's in the air. It's going to be official right here.
White flag, 1 to go.
And that's all Kyle Larson was looking for. He just wanted to get to that white flag to capitalize on a day that has just been absolutely
See him
dominant.
pull way down off the racetrack. Get away from that wall. Just limp this thing around. A lot of rubber coming off the front of that car.
A 1.1 second lead on Christopher Bell and a couple of lap cars.
He's got
Bell
trouble
clears
with
the
his
lap
right
cars.
front. He's way slow on the track. It's just like Hocevar. You see the rubber coming off that right front?
Here he comes off turn 4. He's going to make it to the line. And Kyle Larson beats Christopher Bell.
Great execution all day. All day. Pit road.